Is Naruto really about nepotism? Well, if you have seen through the series and have spent ample time pondering the fandom, you may have inevitably come to this conclusion alongside your fellow fans of the series. Hey guys, this is Doran here, and I just want to start this video by saying that if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, as it really helps your brother out. And majority of you watching aren't subscribed, which is very sad. So let's talk about this. Nepotism by definition is the practice among those with power or influence favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs. Now, this ties into the case of Naruto because, well, Naruto was the son of the 4th Hokage, a descendant of the Uzumaki clan, as well as a student of the 6th Hokage, and someone who was able to have strong ties with the 5th as well. Now, Naruto gets the benefit out of being the son of the 4th, especially because his father had made preparations to help him become stronger and have many sealed techniques and forbidden techniques ingrained into Naruto. Likewise, being related to Kushina helps Naruto because she was part of the Uzumaki clan, the only ones who were known to withstand and survive the force of the tail beasts, and hence Naruto was able to control Kurama. Because of his parents' effort and thus having the tail beast he had a lot of power, more than anyone else in the series, and by the end he really is the strongest in the series. Also, being connected to Tsunade allowed him access to a lot of opportunities, such as her considering him for many missions, which led him to learn a lot of the stuff that was important to him. Finally, his connection with Kakashi made him a considerable candidate for the Hokage, which is his main goal. So to evaluate, Naruto was destined for success, and in comparison to other people, they are fucked in comparison to Naruto. So the question that arises is Naruto really about hard work, the series itself? Here's what I think, and many of you may not agree, which is fine as we all have different viewpoints for contrasting reasons, but hey, if I manage to change your viewpoint on the series, I would be more than glad to know that. So to begin, first we need to consider that just because Naruto had opportunities does not mean that he didn't work hard for them, and endured through by being strong. What I mean by that is Naruto also had a lot of negative potentialities that could have come his way instead, and he chose not to subdue to the pressure. We need to remember what Naruto was like when he was younger. He really was neglected and he didn't have anyone. He was frowned upon and resented for just existing. Now, a negative potentiality comes into play here as he could have seen this as a means to think that nothing will ever change for him, especially since the same atmosphere in the village perpetuated for a long time. However, he chose not to subdue to their pressure, which crushes a lot of people in real life if they were exposed to it. Similarly, the case with Obito when he confronted Naruto, as well as Nagato and Gaara. All three of these characters went through what Naruto did, and thus in all three of these scenarios, they could have understood each other really well. After each of their speeches to Naruto, he was presented with an option to comply or not, which would have led to him give up on working hard and antagonizing the world instead, which again, Naruto chose not to do so. Now that we have touched upon the fact that Naruto had several opportunities and reasonable temptations to have a duskier worldview, let's look at something else. What a lot of people also fail to realize is that Naruto could have failed at mastering his tail beast powers if he had not worked hard for them. Yes, Minato's contingency planning did assist him when things got rough, but it really was only at those times, and it only really assisted him rather than grant him a fail-proof solution that couldn't have failed. Now, the beast mode is really hard to master, even for Uzumakis, hence Kushina was never able to do it, and it took Naruto a lot of determination to do so, and he really did desire towards it, as can be seen by the fact that he really had to convince Killer Bee to help him train, as Bee was reluctant at first. Similarly, is the case of the Sage mode. Naruto, unlike other characters, was a loser. He wasn't physically adept, nor was he a prodigy, and he really had to use his wit and determination to master it, and at the start it really did seem like nothing would have changed for him. Furthermore, a lot of people also ignore that Naruto was neither very bright as a person nor too physically adept, and hence he had no real talent like the likes of Itachi, Minato, and Neji. This is important because it goes to show that he really is similar to a lot of viewers, as that was Kishimoto's intent, and Naruto was able to attain what he attained by genuine hard work and not just the opportunities laid out for him by others, which were very missable as well. Another factor that I would finally like to touch upon is that no one really is destined for failure, which is a pessimistic mindset a lot of people think from. This is relevant because we need to remember that we are all interconnected and everyone by proxy does have connections to or is descended from people who were successful. And this literally would mean that you can be successful too. since a lot of people think from a more pessimistic angle and think fate has nothing in store for them, since it's been bad for them for a very long time compared to others, and that they are straight up incompetent. But hard work and ingenuity can make all the difference regardless of a lack of talent in them. Connection to competent people does not guarantee success on itself, and it must also be remembered that everyone is connected to successful or competent people when they take the time to think about it. It is ultimately up to you to decide what to do with your connections, take lessons from them, or see them as a sign of failure. With that out of the way, this was all for today, gamers. Peace, and make sure to subscribe.